Hello students, this is Sujata Gamre coming with class 10 NCERT SSC Math with Sujata ji. Hello students, hello. Hello students, this is Sujata Gamre coming with class 10 NCERT SSC Math with Sujata ji. Students, welcome in this session, that is the solving board question paper, previous year board question paper, and this time we have to solve the March 2025 board question paper. So let us start the question paper 2025, March 2025. Okay, and it is useful for the March 2026 exam. Okay students, so let us see the first question, and that first question is choose the correct alternatives from given. Okay students, so the first one 1 2 3 4, that the numbers are placed in the determinant. So the determinant of 1 2 3 4, write the degree of the given determinant. Okay student, so now here students, that the determinant here, the determinant of this, the degree of this determinant is 2. The degree of this determinant is 2 because students, that in this determinant, if you see, if you observe in this determinant, then that determinant having the row 2, having the row 2, rows are 2, and here as well as the columns. Okay students, the columns are 2, and so that's why we can say that it is the degree of 2. So the correct option, is B 2. Okay student, then see the next one question students. See the next one question. See here students, the question is that from the following equations, which one is quadratic equation? Yes students, we have to find out that which one is a quadratic equation, and there are the given equations students. 4 options are given, and in between that 4 options, the one option is the correct, and which is the quadratic equation. So students, here we have to solve, we have to check out whether which one option is correct or not. So for that purpose, I take the first one. I take the first one option, and that option is 5 upon x minus 3 is equal to x square. Okay, so I check out. So now here at the denominator place there is x. So I multiply each and every term by the x. So here students, I do that x multiply 5 upon x minus x multiply 3, which is equal to x multiply x square. Okay students, and then here x get cancelled. So 5 minus 3x is equal to x cube. So here students, the simplify, if you simplify x cube plus 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. Yes students, it is equal to 0. Then here students, the next one, the b. Okay, the b is x multiply x plus 5 is equal to 2. So that means here x multiply x plus x multiply 5, which is equal to 2. So now here x square plus 5x is equal to 2. So here students, the next step will be x square plus 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. So now here students, the highest index, that means the degree of this equation is 2. Okay, the degree of this equation is 2, and that means students it is the quadratic equation. It is the quadratic equation. Okay students, and that's why the correct option is B. X multiply x plus 5 is equal to 2. Is equal to 2. Okay students, this one is the correct one option. This one is the correct one option. Okay, then come to the next one example students. The next one example students, check out the next one example. Find the common difference of the following AP. Yes, 4, 4, 4. Yes students, there is the AP and each and every term having the same term, and that is the 4. So now here students, that each and every term having the 4, that means students here, that here I say that T1, see here, that T1 is equal to 4, T2 is equal to 4, T3 is equal to 4. So that means here students, the common difference here we can calculate the common difference. Okay. So common difference is equal to T2 minus T1, and that is equal to 4 minus 4. So which is equal to 0, and that common difference we can represent it by the D. So D is equal to 0. Okay student. So here see which one of option is correct option. So here the option D, that is 0, is the correct option. Okay students. Then come to the next one example students here. Come to the next one example. Yes students, come to the next one example. So here, which number cannot represent a probability? Yes students, here it is a very easy example, but you should remind that तुमच्या लक्षात असलं पाहिजे की नेमका हा रूल आहे. This is the property for the probability students. Okay, and so that clue is that, which one clue is that students? Here I write that 2 upon 3. Okay, here students I write that 2 upon 3, and 2 upon 3 students, that means here in the fraction form it will be 0 point here 0, then here 18, 20 minus 18, 2. So now here 0 0.6. Okay, 0 0.6. And then that 0 0.6, and that is 0 0.6 is less than 1. Is less than 1. Then the next one students. The next one option is 15 upon 10. That 15 upon 10 means students we can write 1.5, and that 1.5 is greater than 1. That 1.5 is greater than 1. Okay, then next option is that 15% students. 15%. So here students, the 15%, how can we write 15%? We write that 15 upon 100. 15 upon 100, and that means students 0.15. 0.15 means students which is also less than 1. So here I write down that less than 1. And the fourth one option, that is the 0.7. So 0.7 is less than 1. So here students, if you observe carefully, then you see here 2 upon 3 which is less than 1. Here 15% which is less than 1. Then 0.7 which is less than 1. That means students, the probability should come less than 1. Probability should come less than 1. Okay, it is not greater than 1. It would not be greater than 1. So here students, this B option is the wrong option. Okay, and here that which one do not represent a probability, and so here the correct option, here the correct option is that B. That means the answer is B. Okay, students, 15 upon 10. Okay, which cannot be represent a probability. Okay, कधीच ती probability होऊ शकत नाही students. कधीच होणार नाही because it is greater than 1. Okay, and the probability never greater than 1. It should be less than or equal to 1. Okay, students. Then next one example. Next one example. Yes, students, next one example. Okay, the next one example is solve the following sub questions. First one, if 2x plus y is equal to 7 and x plus 2y is equal to 11, then find the value of x plus y. So now here students, we have the two equations. First we write down the two equations one by one. Okay, so here I write down the first equation, 2x plus y is equal to 7, call it as the first one equation. X plus 2y is equal to 11, call it as the second one equation. Now here students, if you add these two equations, then definitely you can get the x plus y. If you add up these two equations, then you definitely get the x plus y. So here I write down adding equation 1 and 2. Adding equations 1 and 2. So here 2x plus y is equal to 7 plus x plus 2y is equal to 11. So here students it is 18. Then here 2x plus x that is equal to 3x plus 3y is equal to 18. Now here in each term, that each term having the coefficient, here 3, here 3, here 18, and which are in the table of 3. So here we divided, here I write down that dividing both the sides by 3. Dividing both the sides by 3. Okay, and therefore 3x upon 3 plus 3y upon 3, which is equal to 18 upon 3. Very easy students. And then here 3 ones are 1, 3 ones are. So here x. Plus here students 3 ones are 1, 3 ones are. So here y. And here 3 ones are 1, 3 6 are 18. So here 6. Yes students. So x plus y is equal to 6. Yes, we got this answer. Very easy. Then student next one. Then the next one question students. Find the first term of the given sequence. Tn is equal to 3n minus 4. So first I write down the given. Okay. Always you students, you also write down the given of the example. So here given, and in that given we have to find out the first term. Here I write down that to find out first term, and the first term which is called as T1. So I write T1 is equal to question mark. Then here students Tn. So Tn is equal to 3n minus 4. This is the given value. Now here students, we have to calculate the first term, and that is the T1. At the place of n, here is a 1. Here is a 1. So that means students, put here we have to put n is equal to 1 in equation. In equation, Tn is equal to 3n minus 4. Okay, and then wherever you see that the n, then value of 1 there. So here T1 is equal to 3 multiplied 1 minus 4. So here 3 minus 4, T1 is equal to 3 minus 4, and that means students here T1 is equal to minus 1. See here 3 minus 4, and that means it is minus 1. Okay, and that T1 is the first term. So here I write down that final answer, first term is equal to minus 1. First term is equal to minus 1. Okay students, एकदम इझी आहे बघा, एक्झाम्पल्स खूप इझी आहे. Then next one students, see the example. Okay, how many alpha numerals are there in the format of GST-in? Yes, एकदम easy आहे example students, खूप easy आहे. So now we know that there are the 15 alpha numerals in the GST-in. So here we write down that there are 15 alpha numerals in the format of GST-in. ओके स्टुडंट्स, बघा किती एक्झाम्पल एकदम इझी एक्झाम्पल येणार आहे. त्यामुळे तुम्ही अगदी शांत डोक्याने अगदी हा पेपर सॉल्व करायचा आहे. ओके, चला नेक्स्ट वन आपण बघूया. एक्झाम्पल, two coins are tossed simultaneously. Write the sample space. Yes. Okay, so now here first we write down in the given. First we write down in the given. Okay, in the given I write down two coins are tossed. Two coins are tossed. Okay, and we have to find out the sample space. Sample space S is equal to question mark, because the sample space represented by the capital letter S. So here we write down sample space S is equal to question mark. So now here students, that first we write down the instruction, that is two coins. The event is two coins are tossed. Okay. Now this is the experiment students. Okay, this is the experiment. So two coins are tossed. So that means here students, the sample space S is equal to, that means here head, tail, then head, and tail. Okay, this is our final answer. This is our final answer. Okay students, next one example. See here students, this question is on the base of the graph. Okay, so now here question 2a. Question 2a, complete and write any two activities from the following. So now here to draw, that is to draw the graph of x plus 2y is equal to 4, we have to complete this activity. Student. So here in this activity, the first column is for x, y and coordinate of x, y. Okay, and then in the second column there is the given value for the x. The given value for the x, which is equal to minus 2, and we have to calculate y, okay, with the help of x value, and then calculate, that means we have to write down the coordinate of x, y. in the second column, and then here again there is a third column, and in the third column there is the given value of y. There is a given value of y that is equal to 1, and with the help of y is equal to 1 we can calculate or we can find out the value of x and then write down the coordinate of x, y. Okay, student? So such a way we can complete this table. Okay, so now here students see the graph of x plus 2y is equal to 4. So here that we calculate that first one when x is equal to minus 2. Then I write down the equation x plus 2y is equal to 4. Then I substitute here 2 plus 2y is equal to 4. That means here students 2y is equal to 4 minus 2. And that means 2y is equal to 2. So here students y is equal to 2 upon 2. And that means students 1. So y is equal to 1. So I write down the answer in this box here. Y is equal to 1 and the coordinate as in the bracket minus 2 1. Okay, such a way the first column is complete. Okay, this one second column is complete. Then the second one calculation, that is for when y is equal to 1. So here, as the value of y is equal to 1, then first we write down the equation and then put the value of 1. X plus 2 multiply 1 is equal to 4. So x plus 2 is equal to 4. That means students x is equal to 4 minus 2, and that means students x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. So I write down here 2 and then the coordinate will be 2 1. Okay student, so such a way we can fill up the second column and the third column. The table is completed for this activity. Okay students, pass. Then next one example students. The next one example, okay, that question 2b here students, question 2b. The question 2b is based on the activity, okay, activity based questions, and so these questions are very easy students, these questions are very easy, and here students you should have to solve, these questions that to score the 100% result. Okay, do not get the mistake, do not get any single time mistake in the question 1 and the question 2 students. Okay, and each question is the simple questions. Okay, and in the coming March 2026 it will be also very easy. Okay, so try to solve these examples students. First एकदम अगदी शांतपणाने वाचून घ्यायचं आहे काय लिहायचं आपल्याला बॉक्स मध्ये. सो त्या बॉक्स मध्ये जर आपल्याला काही लिहायचं आहे, आयडिया आली, इन्स्ट्रक्शन समजली, तर तुम्हाला त्या बॉक्स मध्ये काय लिहायचं आहे, फिलअप काय करायचंय ते तुम्हाला ऑटोमॅटिकली कळणार आहे. पण तुम्ही केअरफुली ते वाचलं पाहिजे. जर वाचलं नाही तर तुम्हाला काहीही समजणार नाही. So carefully read that activity, that complete the following activity to form a quadratic equation. Yes, we want to form a quadratic equation. Then the activity. I am a quadratic equation. It says that I am a quadratic equation. Okay. My standard form is. Yes, my standard form is. So here students, the standard form of the given equation is that ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, we write ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then here students, my roots are 5 and 12. my roots are 5 and 12. Now here students we can consider that alpha is equal to 5 and beta is equal to 12. Okay, alpha is equal to the first root of the given equation and beta, suppose beta will be the second root of the given quadratic equation. So here alpha is equal to 5, beta is equal to 12, and then here students the sum of the roots. Now here sum of the roots, that is a 5 plus 12, and it will be 17. Then here students, product of my roots. Product of my roots. So here that 12 multiply 5. So here 16. Okay, and then my quadratic equation is, yes students, my quadratic equation. So here students, the formula for the quadratic equation, to form the quadratic equation, there is a formula, and that formula is x square minus here alpha plus beta multiply x plus alpha into beta is equal to 0. So now alpha plus beta, that means students the sum of the roots. So here first I write down x square minus sum of the roots is 17. So I write 17x and plus alpha beta. Alpha beta means the product of roots, and that is equal to 60. So here it is equal to 60. So here students, the quadratic equation becomes x square minus 17x plus 60 is equal to 0. Okay students, very easy. So last time la March 2024 च्या पेपर मध्ये प्रीवियस इयर बोर्ड क्वेश्चन पेपर मध्ये आपण हा प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व केलेला आहे. that there is the activity, आणि त्या ऍक्टिव्हिटी मध्ये तुम्हाला हा फॉर्म्युला दिलेला आहे स्टुडंट्स. बघा तुम्हाला लास्ट इयर 2024 मध्ये फॉर्म्युला दिलेला आहे आणि त्याच बेसवर तुम्हाला काय केले, मार्च 2025 ची एक्झाम मध्ये तुम्हाला हा फॉर्म्युला विचारला आहे स्टुडंट्स. बघा किती ऍडव्हान्टेज होतो. इट इज बेनिफिशियल दॅट यू हॅव टू सॉल्व the previous year board questions. You get an idea. If you get more and more practice, then you get an idea how can we solve March 2026 board paper, and how can we get 100% result in maths paper. Okay student, so this is our final answer, that here formation of the quadratic equation x square minus 17x plus 60 is equal to 0. Okay students, then next one example students. The next one example here, see. Okay. Pushpamala has invested rupees 24,000 and purchase share of face value 20 at a premium of rupees 4. Complete the following activity to find the number of shares she purchased. Okay, so now here students, now here that the activity is given, that face value, the given in the given value face value is equal to rupees 20, premium is equal to rupees 4. Okay, so these are the given values that given in the example. So they write here. Now here the market value is equal to, they have to calculate, here we have to calculate the market value, here we have to calculate the market value. Okay, and the formula is that face value plus, and in the box we have to write down the premium student. See here students, premium. Okay, and that premium is equal to 4. So here In below that box, we write down the 4. So here rupees 24. The here rupees the 24. Okay students? आणि इथे लक्षात ठेवा की आन्सर किती आहे? आन्सर जर 24 येत असेल आणि वन व्हॅल्यू इज 20, वन व्हॅल्यू गिवन, वन व्हॅल्यू इज 20, then other one value, that is if you add the 4 in the 20, then you get the 24. Okay, so what is a 4? What is the value of that 4? That value of the 4 is for premium. So here the formula becomes market value is equal to face value plus PVK. You write down that premium in that box and below that put the value there. What is the value of premium? That is equal to 20 plus 4 and we can get easily the answer 24. Okay, जर आपल्याला येत नसेल एखादा फॉर्म्युला आपण विसरलो, इफ यू फॉरगॉट the formula, then you get an idea. Think over it. काय येणार आहे तिथे, काय येईल तिथे, त्या बॉक्स मध्ये काय येईल, ती व्हॅल्यू कोणाची आहे? 24 आन्सर आहे, 20 दिला आहे, 4 आपल्याला तिथे जर ऍड केला तर आपल्याला 24 आन्सर मिळणार आहे. सो 4 काय आहे? तर 4 प्रीमियम आहे. सो 4 इज द प्रीमियम. जर 4 प्रीमियम आहे तर नक्कीच तुम्हाला काय मिळेल? तो फॉर्म्युला सुद्धा मिळेल. ओके, असे तुम्ही मार्क्स काय करा, मार्क्स घालवू नका, तर ते मिळवा. ओके, आणि त्याच्यासाठी तुम्हाला काय करावं लागेल? तर तुम्हाला अशा वेगवेगळ्या आयडिया किंवा अगदीच चांगल्या प्रकारे विचार करूनच ते प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करावे लागणार आहेत, एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व्ह करावे लागणार आहेत. देन नेक्स्ट वन स्टुडंट्स, नंबर ऑफ शेअर्स. येस, number of share. Okay, so I write down here number of shares. Okay, so the formula is that which is equal to total investment upon market value. Total investment upon market value. So here students, total investment is equal to 24,000 and then divided by market value. So here that 24 rupees is the market value. So I write here 24 in this box. And then which is equal to that 24 ones are 24 and then 3 zeros. So 1, 2, 3 zeros. That means here 1000 shares. Okay. So this way this activity completed. Then next one students. Next example, I think we come to the B question. Okay, so what is the B question? Solve any 4 sub-question from the following. So the first one is that solve the following simultaneous equation. X plus y is equal to 3, 3x minus 2y is equal to 4. So now here students, the given here, by which method you solve this simultaneous equation? No, there is no mention here. एकदम सिंगल टर्न, काहीही त्यांनी मेन्शन केलेलं नाहीये. सो ॲज पर युअर चॉईस, तुम्हाला कन्व्हेनियंट कसं वाटतंय, कोणत्या मेथडने तुम्हाला सॉल्व्ह करा असं वाटतंय, तर त्या मेथडने तुम्ही सॉल्व्ह करू शकता. ओके, बट आय राईट द फर्स्ट इक्वेशन ओके इन दिस मॅनर, दॅट इज x plus y here. X plus y is equal to 3. So I call it as the first one equation. Then here next one, 3x plus minus 2y is equal to 4, and that is called the second one equation. Okay, if you write down such a way below one by one, then you can get the idea students that if you see carefully these x, okay, I see that the y, coefficient of y, the coefficient of y is here minus 2, and if here in the equation first, if there is the coefficient of 2, okay, then what will happen? Then plus 2y minus 2y will be get cancelled. So how can we get the coefficient of 2 here? So the coefficient of y is 2. So it comes as multiplying both the equations. So here I write down multiplying First I write down the first equation, x plus y is equal to 3. So here multiplying both the equations, multiplying both the sides by 2. Then here 2 multiply x, 2x, 2 multiply y, 2y, and which is equal to 2 multiply 3, that is 6. Okay, then here I call this as a third equation. Now do not see, do not observe the first one equation. Do not observe the first equation. You hide that equation, first equation, okay? Because from the first equation you get the third one equation. Now here observe second and third equation. Then here minus 2y and here plus 2y. So here the next step will be adding equations 2 and 3. The next step will be adding equations 2 and 3. So here students, that x plus y is equal to 3 plus 2x plus 2y is equal to 6. So here students, x plus 2x, that is 3x, y plus 2y, that is 3y, and 3 plus 9, that 3 plus 6, that is equal to 9. Then here each and every coefficient is in the table 3. So I write here that dividing both the sides, dividing both the sides by 3. Then here 3x upon 3 plus 3y upon 3, which is equal to 9 upon 3. So here x plus y is equal to 3. Okay. So now here as we have the okay students, there is a mistake, I think mistake, because the second equation, I write down the second equation here, but I write down the first one. So here I write down 3x minus 2y is equal to 4 here. Okay student, this way. There is a mistake, sorry. Okay. Then here student 3x plus 2x, that is equal to 5x, here the 0, and 4 plus 6, that is equal to 10. Yes students, now it will be right. Okay, so now here students, that now here pi x is equal to 10. Pi x is equal to 10. So here x is equal to 10 upon 5, and then x is equal to 2. We get the value of x is equal to 2. Then here put this value, put this value in equation 1. In equation 1. So the equation 1 is x plus y is equal to 3. Then here 2 plus y is equal to 3. So y is equal to 3 minus 2. That means students, y is equal to 1. Okay student. So here last step is very important, that we have to write down xy is equal to 2, 1 is the solution of the given simultaneous equation. The given simultaneous equation. Okay students, this is our final answer. Okay, then next one students, बघा बरं किती एक्झाम्पल सोपे आहेत. ओके, जरा थोडी मिस्टेक झाली की झालं, थोडंसं जरी आपण कोणतं चुकीचं एक्झाम्पल लिहिलं, चुकीचं इक्वेशन लिहिलं, तरी सुद्धा पूर्ण एक्झाम्पल रॉंग होऊन जातं. आताच बघितलं तुम्ही, होय की नाही? म्हणजे आम्ही सुद्धा, आमच्याकडून सुद्धा मिस्टेक होऊ शकते. टीचरकडून सुद्धा मिस्टेक होऊ शकते हे लक्षात येते तुम्हाला. त्यामुळे तुम्ही सुद्धा शांतपणे अगदी एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व्ह करण्याचा प्रयत्न करायचा आहे. So now let us see the next one example. Solve the following quadratic equation by factorization method. Yes, we have to solve it by the factorization method, and the given quadratic equation is that n square plus 14n plus 13 is equal to 0. Okay, so now here first we find out such a two numbers. First we find out such a two numbers that that having the multiplication 13, that having the multiplication positive 13 and the addition or subtraction will be positive 14. Okay, that will be positive 14. So which are these numbers? So now here students, the numbers are 13 ones are 13. Okay, we want the product 13 now students, so 13 ones are 13, so positive 13 and positive 1. Okay, then here I write down that here n square plus 13m plus 1m plus 13 is equal to 0. Then make the group of these two terms and these two terms. Okay, then common between these first two terms m plus 13. Then here plus, then here common is 1. So in the bracket m plus 13, which is equal to 0. So now here students, these two brackets are equal. So we write down the one bracket only, m plus 13. And in the second bracket students, the remaining part, that is the m plus 1 remaining terms. So now here this first term n plus 13 is equal to 0, or we can say the second term, second bracket m plus 1 is equal to 0. Then here very easy, that is m is equal to minus 13 and here m is equal to minus 1. These are the two solutions. Okay student, so now here we write down the final answer, that is minus 13 and minus 1 are the solutions of the given quadratic equation, this way. Okay students, very easy example. चला आता नेक्स्ट वन आपण सॉल्व करूया. Next one is that find the 98th term of the following AP 7, 13, 19, 25, comma, dot, dot, dot. So now here students, first we write down the terms, okay, and then we have to calculate the T90. So here first I write down that in the given T90 is equal to question mark, and then here the 7, 13, 19, 25, comma, dot, dot is the given AP. Okay, and then here from the AP we write down T1 is equal to 7, T2 is equal to 13, T3 is equal to 19, and so on. That is a T4 is equal to 25. Okay, and then here the T19, that means students the formula for the TL. We have to write the formula for the TL. So the formula for TL is equal to A plus n minus 1 D. So here at the place of n I write down the 19 because we have to find out the value of T19. So T19 is equal to A. So now here that the first term is nothing but the A. So here 7 plus. Now n minus 1, that means 19 minus 1, and the D, what is the D students? The D means the difference between the two terms. So D is equal to T3 minus T2, and that means here students 19 minus 13 and D is equal to 6. Okay, D is equal to 6. So I write down here 6. D is equal to 6. Then 7 plus here 18 and multiply 6 is equal to 7 plus now 18 6 are. So here 108, then 7 plus 108, that means 115. So T19 is equal to 115. So our final answer, we write down the final answer, that is the 98 term, the 98 term of the given AP is equal to 115, is equal to 115. Okay students, so next one example, see the next one example. Okay, okay, then here a share is sold for the market value of rupees 2000, rupees 2000. Brokerage is paid at the rate of 0.5%. What is the amount received after the sale? Okay, so now here student, first we write down the given. First we write down the given. Here the given is that market value. So I write down here market value, and in the representation, that is the MV, which is equal to rupees 2000. Okay, and then brokerage is paid at the rate. So the rate of brokerage. So I write down here rate of brokerage. Rate of brokerage, which is equal to rupees, sorry, which is equal to, which is in percentage, because the rate, no? So it is 0.5%. And here we have to calculate amount received. Amount received. Okay, which is equal to question mark. So now here students, we have to find out the amount received. We have to find out amount received after the sale, student. So here, what is the, we have to calculate the amount received. So here, the amount received is that amount received, that is the formula is that here amount received, the formula is that market value minus brokerage. Market value minus brokerage. But now here students, we have the market value, and that market value is 2000. But what about the brokerage? We do not know the brokerage. So how can we find out the brokerage? So now here there is a formula to find out the brokerage. We have to find out the brokerage with the help of rate value and the market value, student. So here I first calculate the brokerage. So brokerage is equal to rate of brokerage multiply market value. So now here the rate of brokerage is 0.5% and here market value is 2000. Okay student, so here I calculate this here. 0.5% means 0.5 upon 100 which is equal to 2000. So here students 0.5 or 0.5 multiply 2000 divided by 100. So here students 0 get cancelled. Then here 5 0.5 multiply 20. So which is equal to that, which is equal to rupees 10. Okay students, which is equal to rupees 10. So here this is the value of brokerage. So I write down here rupees 10, that is the brokerage. Okay. This. So now here in this formula we can put this value rupees 10, that is the this one. Now here 2000 minus 10. So what is the 2000 minus 10 students? That is equal to rupees 1990. So here amount received is equal to rupees 1990. Okay, after the sale. Then next one students, see the next one example. The following table shows the number of students and the time they utilize daily for their studies. Find the mean time spent by the students for their studies. And here there are the 4 columns and 4 columns. The first column is for class time. First column is for class time. Second column is for class mark. Third is for number of students, that is a frequency, and the last column is for FI. And here students we have to calculate first. लक्षात ठेवा काय करायचंय, that is the mean time. So आपल्याला mean काढायचा आहे. Okay, and the given value is such a way, given as a tabular form. The given values are in the tabular form. So now here students, first we write down the formula for the mean. Okay students, we write down the formula for the mean here. So now here students, the formula for the mean is equal to summation FI divided by summation FI. Okay, so summation FI means, what is the summation FI? Summation FI means the sum of FI. The sum of FI. Okay, so here I make the last row. Here summation FI. So here see what is the answer. 0 addition of this 1, 300 students. Okay, 300. Okay, and then here summation FI, that means the sum of FI. So sum of FI 18, 14, 8, 14, 18, 10 and 10. So the addition will be 10, 20, 30, 40, 40, then here 50 and 60. Yes, so here the 60. Summation FI is 60. Okay, so now here put this value here. So 300 divided by 60. So here 0 get cancelled. So 30 upon 6. So here 6 ones are and 6 5s are. So here mean is equal to 5. Okay, students. So this will be our final answer. The mean time spent. Therefore, mean time spent by the students for their studies is equal to 5 hours. Is equal to 5 hours. Okay, students. And then next one, calculate. Sorry, next one example, students. See, it is also activity based. The question 3A, complete and write any one activity from the following. Okay, Shri Maniklal has purchased 300 shares of face value rupees 100. See here, that is rupees 100 for market value rupees 120. Company has paid dividend at 7%. Complete the following activity to find the rate of return on its investment. Okay, student. So here the activity. First, the given is that face value is equal to rupees 100. Face value is the rupees 100. Number of shares is equal to 300. Market value is equal to rupees 120. Then the first A activity, that is sum invested is equal to market value multiply number of shares. So here market value, see here market value is 120. So here I write 120. Multiply number of shares. Number of shares are 300. Yes. So the answer 36,000. Yes, correct. Then the next one, students, dividend per share, which is equal to face value multiply rate of dividend. Okay, face value multiply rate of dividend. So the face value here, student, face value is 100. So I write here 100. Then multiply rate of dividend. So here rate of dividend, see here 7%. So here I write down 7%. So there is a calculation. So calculation will be that 100 multiply 7. 7% means 7 upon 100. So it will be cancelled. So it will be the 7, rupees 7. Okay, students, it will be rupees 7. Then here total dividend received. So the total dividend received is on the 300 shares. Okay, on the 300 shares. So it will be 300 multiply 7. So which is equal to rupees 2100. Rupees 2100. And then last one, students, that is the rate of return. Rate of return, the formula is that dividend income multiply 100 divided by sum invested. So here 2100 dividend income, that is 2100, that is multiply 100 and divided by 36,000. Okay, so here we calculate here 2100 multiply 100 divided by 36,000. Okay, student? This way. I write down this way. So here 3 zeros get cancelled from the denominator. Here also numerator 3 zeros cancel. Then 210 upon 36. So that means students here that 3 ones are 3 twos are 6. Then 3 sevens are and here 7. Okay. Then here 2 6 are 12. Then here 2 3s are 5. So 35 upon 6. So 35 upon 6, that means here students, here this way we do this 30, and then here students that point 5.8%. Okay students, that rate of return is equal to 5.8%. Okay, see, you can check out whether it is correct or not. Okay, so next one example students, see the next one. Next one example, a two-digit number is to be formed from the digits 2, 3, 5 without repetition of the digits. Without repetition of the digits. Complete the following activity to find the probability that the number so formed is an odd number. Okay. See here, let S be the sample space. S be the sample space. So here S is equal to that there are the digit students and we have to form the two-digit number. So the digits are 2, 3, 5. Okay, and it is without repetition. That means the numbers, the two-digit numbers are formed. S is equal to 2, 3, 2, 5, 3, 2. Then here from the 3, 3, 2 and 3, 5. So here I write here in this box that is 3, 5. Then here 5, 2 and 5, 3. Okay, so the number of S is equal to 6. Number of S is equal to 6. So even if the number so formed is an odd number. The number so formed is an odd number. So odd numbers are students from the sample space 23, 25, then 35 and then 53. Okay, so these are the even number 32 and the 52. Okay, so do not take in this event. So 23, 25, 35 and 53. Then here students n of a which is equal to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so n of a is equal to 4. Now here students the p of a. So p of a, how can we find out the p of a? That is the formula. The formula is that the n of a upon n of s upon n of s. Okay, so p of a students. So now put the values of n of a. N of a is 4. So here 4 upon 6. 4 upon 6 and then simplify here. So 2 2s are 4 and 2 3s are 6. So 2 upon 3. Okay, so the final answer, that is the probability of the given event, is that P of A which is equal to 2 upon 3. Which is equal to 2 upon 3. This is P of A students. Okay, then come to the next example students. Okay, cancel out first. Okay, solve the following quadratic equation by using formula method. Yes students. So here formula method, first here earlier exam we solve it by the factorization method. Now here is the formula method. Okay, for the formula method, first we have to write down the we have to get the values of A, B and C. Okay, from the given quadratic equation. So here first I write down the given equation, and that given equation is that here given equation is x square minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. So here comparing this equation, compare this equation with ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Okay, and therefore a is equal to 1. See here at the place of a, here is 1. At the place of b, See here, at the place of B, here is minus 2. So B is equal to minus 2. Then at the place of C, here is minus 3. So C is equal to minus 3. Okay, now we have the three values A, B, C. Now here, first we write down the formula. So the equation is in X. So I write down X. So X is equal to minus B plus or minus in the square root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So here x is equal to sorry minus of minus 2 plus or minus in the square root here minus 2 whole bracket square minus 4 multiply then a is 1 then c that is equal to minus 3 and here 2 multiply a that is equal to 1. Okay, then here is x is equal to here I solve here. Okay, x is equal to plus 2 minus of minus 2 that means here students 2 so plus or minus in the bracket students square of minus 2 that means here students 4 so in the square root 4 minus then multiplication of 4 1 minus 3 and that is equal to minus 12 and here 2. So here x is equal to 2 plus or minus in the square root 4 plus 12 upon 2. So x is equal to 2 plus or minus in the square root 16 divided by 2. So x is equal to 2 plus or minus. Now here students root 16. What is the answer of root 16? That is equal to 4. So divided by 2. So I bifur here that 2 plus 4 divided by 2 or we say x2 is equal to 2 minus 4 divided by 2. So here x1 is equal to 6 upon 2 that means x1 is equal to 3. Okay students, one value is 2. 3 and the second one x2 is equal to minus 2 upon 2 that means x2 is equal to minus 1. So here these are the two roots of the given quadratic equation. So we write the final answer that is 3 and minus 1 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Given quadratic equation. Okay students, this is our final answer. Okay, then next one students, a committee of 2 members is to be formed from 3 boys and 2 girls. Find the probability of the following events. So the event A, at least one girl must be a member of the committee. Event B, committee must be 1 boy and 1 girl. Okay students, and here first we write down the sample space. Okay, first we write down the sample space in this condition. First here 2 members, that is a 3 boys. Okay, there are 3 boys. I write down there are 3 boys. Okay, so 3 boys which represent, here I write down, which represent by B1, B2, B3. Okay, and there are the 2 girls. So here I write down that and 2 girls represent by G1, G2. Okay, then here students our sample space, that the sample space S is equal to, now here the two members is to be formed from the three words. So the sample space, do not write down that B1, B2, B3, G1, G2. Okay, in the sample space, we should have to write down a committee of two members. Committee of two members, that is formed from the 3 boys and the 2 girls. Okay, so the committee members are 2. So here I take the B1. So here B1, B2. Then B1, B3. Then here B1, G1. And then B1, G2. Okay. Then here from the B2, then I get B2, B2, B1, that is the same thing. So do not write that B2, B1 again. This is B1, B2 and B2, B1. That is the same thing. So now B2, B3, then B2, G1 and then B2, G2. Okay? Yes. Then the B3. Starting from B3. So now do not write B3, B1 and B3, B2. Okay, it consists here B2, B3. So now here write down B3, G1 and B3, G2. Okay, and then starting from the G1. So now here G1, B1, do not write B1, G1. Okay, then here G1, B2, G1, B2, again do not write. And G1, B3, again do not write. It included here. So now here G1, G2. G1, G2. And this is the last one, students. This is the last one. So now here, students, how many? See here, how many sample space are there? So here n of s is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. N of s is equal to 10, students. Okay. And then now, this is an experiment. This is an experiment, and in that experiment there is an event. And that event is at least one girl must be a member of the committee. Yes. So now here first I write down the event A. Event A, at least one girl must be a member of the committee. A member of the committee. Yes. So only that there is at least one member, at least one girl. That means there are two girls. Yes, it is applicable. So now here, students, in the see here in the A event, I write down that B1, B2, no. B1, B3, no. B1, G1, yes. B1, G1. Then B1, G2. Then B2, B3, no. B2, G1, yes. B2, G1. Then B2, G2. Then B3, G1. Then B3, G2. Next one, G1, G2. Okay, students. So now here, students, how many are these in this committee, that is N of A in this event? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. So N of A is equal to 7. N of A is equal to 7. लगेचच आपण त्याची प्रोबॅबिलिटी पण काढून घेऊया. So the probability, see here, the probability of A, the formula is N of A upon N of S. So here, students, probability A n of A is 7, n of S is 12, so 7 upon 12. Okay, so this is the probability of the event A. Okay student, get it? बघून घ्या व्यवस्थित एक्झाम्पल. Next one students, the event B, committee must be of one boy and one girl. ओके, आता फक्त एकच बॉय आणि एकच गर्ल आहे. ओके, मस्ट बी दॅट इज अ कंपल्सरी वन बॉय अँड वन गर्ल. त्याच्यामध्ये एक मुलगा आणि एक मुलगीच असलेली आपल्याला पाहिजे त्या कमिटीमध्ये. सो द सॅम्पल स्पेस, फर्स्ट वी राईट डाऊन द सॅम्पल स्पेस. अरे इव्हेंट हे आपण करायला पाहिजे होतं. ओके ठीक आहे, चल राहते. Now the event B, that committee must be of one boy and one girl. Okay student, so here I write down in the B. So there is no sample space, I wipe out that. Okay, do not worry about that, we can write down one boy and one girl. So here that's starting from B1. So B1 G1, okay, and B1 G2. B1 G2. Then here B2 G1 and then B2 G2. Okay, one boy, one girl, one boy, one girl. Okay, and then B3. So B3 G1 and here students B3 G2. Okay, so now here N of B, which is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and here the probability of B is equal to N of B upon N of S, and that means students 6 upon how much? 12. P of B. Okay, P of B is equal to 6 upon 12. So that means students, no, that N of S is equal to 10 students. Yes. Okay. So probability of B is equal to 2 3s are 6 and 2 5s are. So final answer is 3 upon 5. Okay. एकदा बघून घ्या answer students. Next one example. See here students, in a general store, the prices of different articles and its demand is shown in the following frequency distribution table. Find the median of the prices. Okay, so there is a table. So first here that you can make out this table. Okay, this way. Okay, and there are the two columns of these students. In the first column, price in rupees and given, and that price in rupees given in the class interval form students. It is in the class interval form. So here that is and in the second column that is the number of articles students, number of articles, and that see here less than 20, price in rupees less than 20, that respected number of article will be 120, 40. So 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100. These are the class interval, and given with respectively the frequency, that is the number of articles as 140, 100, 80, 60 and 2 students. Okay, so now here students, काय करायचंय आपल्याला? We have to find out the median students. Okay, we have to find out the median. So now for the median and that median of the prices. So do you know the median formula? Yes. So the formula for that median is that. First I write down the formula. Then I can get the answer. Which one value we have to know. Okay. From the table. So L plus here in the bracket n upon 2 minus Cf upon f and multiply h. Okay students, this is the formula for median L plus n upon 2 minus Cf upon f multiply h. Okay, so now try to get the values for L, N, C, cumulative frequency, that is CF, F for frequency and H for, that is the difference between the class interval. So now here, that is, first we observe the number of articles and that number of articles are the frequencies. So we write down here that Fi and we want the cumulative frequency and that is of the less than time. So here I write down the third column. First I write down the third column. Make out this one, third column, and write down the cumulative frequency Cf. So now write down here as it is 140, then 140 plus 100 and that means here students 240. Then here students 240 plus 80, so that is equal to 320. Then 320 plus these 60 students, these 60. Okay, so that is equal to 380. And then students, that 380 plus here students, that is a 2. No students, that is the 20. Okay, so here plus 20 and which is equal to 400. Okay students, that 400. Now here students, that the summation of Fi here. See here, Fi is 0. Yes. Summation over Fi is equal to also 400. So our that cumulative frequency, this column is correct students. Okay, this column is correct. So now here the L. What is the L students? That in the frequency, that here n, what is that summation Fi? It is nothing but the n students and that n upon 2 is equal to that 400 divided by 2 which is equal to 200. Okay, so now here students we choose the cumulative frequency such that the less than 200. This 200 come. Okay, this 200 will be comes less than 200. That means less than 200 and that is equal to students. That is equal come in the, I think come in the this column, this 240. Okay, see here students, it come over this box. Okay, this one. So now here we choose this class interval and the frequency student. So here I write down that here this is the f value of f students. This is the lower limit of the class. This is 20. That 20 is the lower limit class. Now here the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency, that is this one, 140. And what about the h students? That is the difference between these intervals, class interval, that is 40 minus 20 and that is equal to h. Okay, so now we write down the given, that is L is equal to 20. Here F is equal to 100. CF is equal to 140. Okay, and then which one students? N, that is 400. We write down that N already. Okay, Do not write again. Okay. F. So now here put this value in this equation. That is the median is equal to L, that is a 20 plus n upon 2. We calculate here n upon 2, 200. So directly you put this value. So 200 minus CF 140, and then here F. So here F is 100, and multiply students that H is equal to 20. Now here we solve it. This 20 plus here 200 minus 140, 60. Okay, then 60 upon 100, and here the multiply 20. So that means here 20 plus 60 multiply 20 and divided by 100. So these two zeros get cancelled. So here 20 plus 6 multiply 2, that means here 12. So here 32. So the median is equal to 32. Okay students, so the median is equal to 32. So this is the final answer. Okay, that means finally we can write down the median of the prices. Okay, here we write down the median of the prices is equal to rupees 32. Okay, this one is our final answer. Okay, so next one example students. बघा किती एक्झाम्पल सोपे येतात ते स्टुडंट्स. डन. प्रॅक्टिस माझ्या समोर सोबत सुद्धा तुम्ही एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व करायचं आहे, ट्राय करायचं, प्रॅक्टिस करायची. जेवढी जास्ती प्रॅक्टिस कराल तेवढं तुम्हाला एक्झाम्पल सोपे जातील. ओके, चला क्वेश्चन 4. अटेम्प्ट एनी टू सब क्वेश्चन्स फ्रॉम द फॉलोइंग. So find the value of m in the quadratic equation n minus 12 x square plus 2 in the bracket n minus 12 x plus 2 is equal to 0 has real and equal roots. Okay, so now here first we write down solution. Okay, given solution. Sorry, given quadratic equation. So here given quadratic equation is that m minus 12 x square plus 2 in the bracket m minus 12 x plus 2 is equal to 0. Okay, and then the condition is that real and equal roots. Okay, this quadratic equation has real and equal roots. Okay, so I write down here given quadratic equation has real and equal roots. Okay students, and now here students, from the given quadratic equation I want to get the values of a, b, c. Okay, so first here compare given quadratic equation with ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And that means students, at the place of a here is m minus 12. So I write a is equal to m minus 12. Then at the place of b here students, c 2 multiply m minus 12. And at the place of c here is 2. So c is equal to 2. Okay, so now here students, after getting the values of a, b, c, then go towards the condition. The condition is that the roots has real and equal roots, and that means students here, that we can say that the here delta is equal to 0. That means discriminant should be equal to 0. So here I write down that roots are real and equal. Okay, therefore delta is equal to 0. So here what is the delta, students? What is the delta? Delta is that b square minus 4ac. So here I write delta is equal to b square minus 4ac. That means here 0 is equal to b square. What is the b square, students? Here 2 in the bracket n minus 12, then here whole bracket square minus 4 multiply. So 4 multiply a is n minus 12, and then c here, students, c is the 2. Okay, so then here 0, and here the square of n minus 12, students, square of n minus 12. So here, students, first I write down that is here 2, then here, students, the answer is 4, then here n minus 12 whole bracket square minus here 8, and then multiply n minus 12. Okay, students, then here that 4 in the bracket n minus 12 whole bracket square is equal to 8 n minus 12. Okay, I simplify this stepwise. Okay, then here n minus 12 whole bracket square, then divided by n minus 12 is equal to, here I write down 8 as it is, and the 4 is multiplied, then here come at the denominator 8 upon 4. So here n minus 12, so here square, so only we get n minus 12, and here 4 ones are 4 twos are, so here 2. So here n is equal to 2 plus 12, and here, students, n is equal to 14. Yes. Yes. So here we have to find out the value of n. Yes, आपल्याला तेच पाहिजे होतं, students. So m is equal to 14. Okay, very nice. Fine. Next one. So next one example, a farmer borrows rupees 1000. See here, rupees 1000 and agrees to repay with a total interest of rupees 140 in 12 installments, each installment being less than the preceding installment by rupees 10. Okay, by rupees 10. What should be the amount of his first and last installment? First and last installments. Okay, students, now here see this question. Do you know this question arises from which chapter? This question arises from the chapter arithmetic progression, students. Okay, so you should do with the help of arithmetic progression formula. So now here, student, that borrows rupees 1000. Okay, borrows rupees 1000. That means, students, this value is for the amount. Okay, that will be with in the arithmetic progression, that is the sum. Okay, we write down that sum here. So I write down that amount is equal to, now here, students, this is the amount rupees 1000, but here, and that we call it as a SN, students, SN. Okay, sum, but there is a total interest also, and that total interest is rupees 140. So we add up these two. that borrowing amount as well as the interest, students. So that means it will be the SN. It will be the value of SN. So here 1140. Okay, and here installment, each installment being less than the preceding one, and that is by rupees 10. Less than, जेव्हा जेव्हा एक्झाम्पल मध्ये लेस दॅन, डिक्रीज असे जेव्हा वर्ड्स येतील तेव्हा लक्षात ठेवायचं दॅट इज द कॉमन डिफरन्स अँड दॅट कॉमन डिफरन्स शुड बी नोटेड इन द मायनस साइन. सो मायनस 10, d is equal to minus 10, and here that amount of his first installment, that means students we have to calculate a, either we can say T1, okay, T1 first installment, and the last installment, that is the TN. Okay, such a we can calculate. Okay, so these are the given values, and here students these are the that which one can we have to find out. Okay, so now here students we have to calculate. Here first we write down the formula. Okay, now dear students we have to write down the formula first here for the SN. Okay students, for the SN we have to write down the formula. So the SN formula is that n upon 2 2a plus n minus 1 in the bracket d. Okay, so here Sn. So what is the n, value of n? So that n will be the 12 students. That n will be the 12. So here 12 upon 2. So I write down here as 12. So here 2 multiply here 2a plus 12 minus 1 and in the bracket minus 10. Okay. If the value of d is in negative, then you always write that value in the bracket. Otherwise, you will do the mistake. Okay, तुम्ही मिस्टेक करायला नाही तर स्टुडंट. सो इथे d ची व्हॅल्यू जर निगेटिव्ह असेल तर ती तुम्हाला काय करायचंय, ब्रॅकेट मध्येच ठेवायची आहे. सो नाव हियर S12 is equal to here 6. So 12 upon 2, that is a 6. So here 2a. Now here we also substitute here students S12, and that S12 is a here 1140. Okay, 2a plus here students 11 and here minus 10. So here 1140 is equal to 6. So here 2a plus that is minus 110. So here 1140 is equal to 6. So here that here also you divided by these students. Okay, you can divide it by 6 here. Okay, so after dividing 1140 dividing by 6, then the answer will be here students. You can do it 1140 divided by 6. So 6 ones are here. Okay, 6 nines are, okay, and then divided by 0. So here 0. So 190. So here 190 is equal to 2a minus 110. So here 190 plus 110 is equal to 2a. So here students that is a 200 and that is 300 is equal to 2a. Okay, so now here the 300 upon 2, 300 upon 2 which is equal to a, that means 150 is equal to a. So here a is equal to 150. So that means students the first installment, we get the first installment which is equal to rupees 150. So now for the last term, that last term that is a TN. Okay, so for the TN we have to calculate that with the with the formula for Tn. So here Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 D. So here T12 is equal to A is 150 plus n means 12, 12 minus 1 in the bracket minus 10. So here T12 is equal to 150 plus 11 multiply minus 10. So here students 150 plus here minus 110 and that means students 150 minus 140 and that means 110 that means equal to 40. So T12 that is equal to 40. Okay, and that value is of the last term. That value is of the last term. So finally we write down that the first term or first installment is equal to rupees 150 and last installment is equal to rupees 40. Okay, the last installment is 40 because there is the installment less than the preceding installment. Okay, this way you can solve it. Okay, the next one students, see the next one example. Yes, so the following table shows the marks of 180 students in mathematics. So the marks in the first column given as in the form of the class interval. So here 0 to 10, 10 to 20, then 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. Okay students, this way. Here 40 to 40 to 50. And here the number of students, that is a frequency 25x, 30 and 2x, and here last one, that is a 65. So now here with the help of this table we have to find out the value of x and as well as we have to draw the histogram. Okay, as the value of x comes, here see these are the value of x, then we can find out the histogram, otherwise not. So first we have to find out the value of x. So how can we find out the value of x? So here students, the addition, here write down that addition of these number of frequencies is that one. Okay, that see here the given is that the marks of 180 students, so the marks of 180 students, so the addition of these numbers should be 180. So here students we write down the marks, sorry here write down number of students which is equal to 180 and here number of students given, that is 25 plus x plus 30 plus 2x plus 65 is equal to 180. So now here students the addition of x plus 2x, that is 3x plus and then 25, 30 and 65. So that is a 55 and the 55 plus 65, that means students 120. No, 100. Okay, 120. So here 180. Okay, so now here that 3x is equal to 180 minus 120. So 3x is equal to 60. So x is equal to 60 upon 3. Okay students. So now x is equal to 20. So as x is equal to 20 students, so here we can write down that here Fi, that is the third column, 25, here 20 and the 30, then 2x. 2x means students, we write down here 40 and the last one, that is a 65. Okay, so this is the value of fi, and then the class. Now here these are the classes, class intervals. Okay, classes are there, and we have to draw the histogram. So now here we have to draw the histogram. So let us draw it. Okay, so now see the next one page, students. Next one page that the graph is ready here. So on the, for drawing the graph paper, first draw the x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so here first draw the x-axis, and here students draw the y-axis, and this is the origin. Okay, so now here students, on the x-axis we take the marks in that marks. Okay, that means the classes are there. So here 0, then here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, then 60 and 70. Okay, I write down up to 70. Then here on the y-axis, students, on the y-axis, that is the highest one is 65 and the less is 20. So same as that is 10, 20, 30. Okay. This way. First I mark these the same distances. Then no, here not the same distances here. Yes. So this is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 and 80. Okay, I write down here marks, and then here that is number of students, number of students. Okay, students, these are the number of students. Then here students, for the 0 to 10, 0 to 10, that is a 25. So here this is a position of 25. So this way 25. Then at the 10 to 20, then it is 20. So here 20 is here. Then class 20 to 30, 20 to 30, it will 30. Then 30 to 40, it will be 40. Then 40 to 50, it will 65. So 65, that is in between 60 to 70. In between 60 to 70. Yeah, yes. Now here we completed the histogram. This way the histogram is formed. But there is a one part is remaining, that is the scale. You write down the scale here. On x-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 marks. And on y-axis, we write down that 1 centimeter is equal to 10 students. Okay students, this way now there is a completion of to draw the graph. Okay, this such a way we can calculate in x and then we can draw the histogram students. Okay, then come to the next one example. The next one example, solve any one of the following sub question. Draw the graphs representing the equations 2x is equal to y plus 2 and 4x plus 3y is equal to 24 on the same graph paper. Find the area of the triangle formed by these lines and the x-axis. Yes, student. So now here for these are the two equations. The two equations are, first I write down the two equations. First one is 2x is equal to y plus 2 and the second one is the 4x plus 3y is equal to 24. Okay students, and so here first I write down, take the values of these first equation and the second equation also. So there is a table. I made the table such a way and here also made the table for the second equation. Okay. And then I calculate the coordinates. Then I calculate the coordinates. First I write down the x is equal to 1, then 0, here minus 2. And here also for the x, y and the coordinate of x, y, then here students I take here 2, minus 2 and here 0. Okay, and then here students, that is x is equal to when I calculate here, that is when x is equal to 1, then the equation is 2x plus y plus, 2x is equal to y plus 2. So that means here 2 multiply 1 is equal to y plus 2. So here 2 is equal to y plus 2. That means students 2 minus 2 is equal to y. So 0 is equal to y. So y is equal to 0. Okay. So I write here, that is, yes. Here students are the points A, B, C. I take the point. And then here 1, 0, minus 1. So at the point when x is equal to 1, then y is equal to 0. So the coordinate will be 1, 0. Okay. And then students, second one, when x is equal to 0, then I write down the equation 2x is equal to y plus 2. Then here 2 multiply 0, which is equal to y plus 2. So here 0 is equal to y plus 2. So here students minus 2 is equal to y. So y is equal to minus 2. So here I write down minus 2. So the coordinate 0, minus 2. Okay students, and then the next one, when x is equal to minus 1. Then write down the equation 2x is equal to y plus 2. So here 2 multiply minus 1 is equal to y plus 2. That means minus 2 is equal to y plus 2. So here minus 2 is equal to y. So minus 4 is equal to y. So here y is equal to minus 4. Okay students? So this way I write here minus 4. So minus 1 and minus 4. Okay, so now here students, for the second equation, do this same thing, that for the value of here 2, minus 2 and 0, taken this value for the x and then p, q, r. Okay, so now here the equation, first I write down value when x is equal to 2. Then I write down the equation 4x plus 3y is equal to 24. Then I put the value of 2 here. So 4 multiply 2 plus 3y is equal to 24. So 8 plus 3y is equal to 24. So 3y is equal to 24 minus 8. So 3y is equal to students that 16. So y is equal to 16 upon 3, and that means students that 5.3. Okay, 5.3. So I write here 5.3. So coordinates are 2, 5.3. Okay. Then here students for the minus 2, when x is equal to minus 2, then write down the equation 4x plus 3y is equal to 24. So here 4 multiply minus 2 plus 3y is equal to 24. So here minus 8 plus 3y is equal to 24. So here 3y is equal to 24 plus 8. So here 3y is equal to 24 plus 8, that means 32. So y is equal to 32 upon 3. So that means students 0, 1, 0, 10.6. So here I write down 10.6. Okay. Then here students next one, when x is equal to 0, then equation 4x plus 3y is equal to 24. So 4 multiply 0 plus 3y is equal to 24. So students 0 plus 3y is equal to 24. So here 3y is equal to 24. That means students y is equal to 24 upon 3. That means students 8. So y is equal to 8. So here I write down 8. So here minus 2, 10.6 at the second coordinate, and the third one, that is a 0, 8. Okay student. So first write down these coordinates. Okay. Students see carefully that example. Okay. सॉल्व केलेले एक्झाम्पल्स एकदा नीट बघून घ्या, कसं सॉल्व केले आहे ते, पॉइंट्स पण लिहून घ्या बरोबर. Okay, first that is the coordinates. I write down here coordinate, that is 1, 0 for the first graph, 0, minus 2, then minus 1, minus 4, and for the second equation, that is 2, 5.3, second coordinate minus 2, 10.6, and the third one coordinate, that is a 0, 8. Okay, so let us draw the graph. Okay, first one, okay, now here see the graph is ready. So first I write down here, first draw the xo x dash and then yo y dash. Okay, this is the x, here the x dash, and then y. So here this is y o y dash, and this one is x o x dash. Okay, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Here students minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, and minus 6. Here students minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and minus 4. ओके, लक्षात आहे तुमच्या कोणते कोणते कोऑर्डिनेट फॉर द इक्वेशन 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1 on the x-axis, 0 on the y-axis. So this is the position. Okay, and now I call it as A. This is the A. Then next one, 0, minus 2. So 0 on the x-axis and minus 2 on this axis, y-axis. So this is the B. Then next one students, minus 1, minus 4. Minus 1, that is on the x-axis, minus 1 and minus 4. So this. So this is the C. Okay, so now here we draw the line that passing through these 3 points A, B, C. Okay, so now here students, so I use the scale here. Okay, I use the scale here. Yes, this way. Okay, and at the end of line, I write down the equation, and the equation, first equation is 2x minus, so sorry, 2x is equal to y plus 2. Okay, this way. Then the second one, for the second one equation, the coordinates are 2, 5.2, 2, 5.3. So 2 here and 5.3. 5, 5, 5. Here 5, 10.2 and 3. This one. So this one is the P. Then next one students, minus 2, 10.6. Oh, minus 2 is here, but 10.6 is not here. Okay, so then minus 1, sorry, 0, 8. 0 and 8. Also there is no 0, 8. Okay, so आपल्याला लहान values घ्यायला पाहिजे होत्या. Okay, so here students, I take again that the values for get again the values for the equation, that is 4x plus 3y. 4x plus 3y is equal to 24. Okay, so now here this time I take the values, that is the greatest value. Here 0, 3 and here 6 students. Okay, 306. So here when x is equal to 3, then 4 multiply 3 plus 3y is equal to 24. So 12 plus 3y is equal to 24. So 3y is equal to 24 minus 12. So 3y is equal to 12. So here students, y is equal to 12 upon 3, which is equal to 4. So here I take that 3, 4. Okay, and these are the P, Q, R. So the coordinates are 3, 4. Then the next one is when x is equal to 0. X is equal to 0. So 4, 0 plus 3y is equal to 24. So 0 plus 3y is equal to 24. So y is equal to 24 upon 3. So y is equal to 8. No, it is not sufficient. So I delete that 2. I take that at the place of this 2. Okay, 2. Because in this graph, that not sufficient space. So 8, 24 here. Then here students 3y, then 24 minus 8. Okay, so now 24 minus 8, that means 16. So y is equal to 16 upon 3. So y is equal to 5.3. Is it 5.3 is there? Then the value of 2. So 2, 5.3, 2 and 5.3. We have already drawn it. Okay. 5.3. Okay. Then the next one students, the less value students. Okay. So I take that 6, now 5. If I take the x is equal to 5. Okay. Then x is equal to 5. Then here 4 multiply 5 plus 3y is equal to 24. So 20 plus 3y is equal to 24. So 3y is equal to 24 minus 20. So 3y is equal to 4. So here students, y is equal to 4 upon 3. So that means 1.4. 3. Yes. Yeah. For the value of 5. So now here students, the coordinates are, first one coordinate that we have to draw here, 2. For the 2, the value of 5, that is 5.3. Then the next one for 5, that is 1.3. So here 5, for that 5, 1.3. So the 1, 2, 3. Here is the 3. Okay, so that is, I call it as the R. Okay. And this one, this one is the second value. So here I can calculate, I write down the P. And here the P 3, 4. So here this is the 3 and the 4 1 is here. Yes. But also that jumping down, because तो बाहेर कोणी जातो स्टुडंट्स, तो बाहेर जातोय तिकडे. ओके, आपल्याला इकडे घ्यायला पाहिजे होते म्हणून. सो हियर बघा स्टुडंट्स, हियर असा येतोय, इट पासिंग थ्रू हियर. ओके, इफ यू एक्सटेंड आउट हियर, then this will be. Okay, so now here students, if you extend out that, then that will be the 6. That will be the 6. So students, तुम्हाला काय करायला पाहिजे होतं? You should have to write down that the coordinates, that the y axis from this position. Okay, because more space will be available here. Okay, should be available here. So now here, चला राहू दे आता. So now here students, the question is that, what is the question here? The question is that we have to find out the area of the given triangle. Okay, what is the area of this given triangle or this triangle? Okay, so now here see the area of triangle is equal to, okay, I write down that A dash, B dash and C dash, the name as A dash, B dash, C dash. Okay, C dash here, that is a half into base into height. Okay, so that means here half into base. So here student, base is the 6 and the height will be, students, here that height will be 4. So here students, 6 multiplied 4 divided by 2. So here 2 2s are 4. So here 12. 12 square units. Okay. So area of triangle A dash, B dash, C dash is equal to 12 square unit. Okay. Okay. And then students, then yes. Okay, this way. Then next one students, next आपण करूया exam. Okay, student, the base is, this is the remaining part students. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here the 5 students. Here we write 5. So here students, 5 2s are. So here 10 square units. Okay, but इथे 6 लिहिले म्हणून मी इथे 6 लिहिलं. No, that is a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So these are the 5 unit. Okay, so here we write the base as the 5 unit. So there is a correction, that area of triangle A dash, B dash, C dash is equal to 10 square units. Okay, now come to the next one example. Now here next one example students, the following pie diagram shows the percentage of persons according to the blood group in a blood group checking camp. Okay, so the pie diagram is given here students. Okay, pie diagram, and find the measure of central angle for each blood group, and then find the total number of person if there are 600 persons of blood group B. Yes students, so first we here that this is the blood group A and the 20% persons are there. O group, that is a 45%. Then AB, that is a 5%. And for B blood group, that is a 30%. Okay. So now here find measure of central angle for each blood group, students. Okay. So here first I write down that the central angle for blood group O. Okay. Central angle for blood group O. So that blood group O. So what is the formula, students, here? The formula is that the angle, that is a 45%. Okay, that 45%, that means, students, here 45% multiply 360. 45% multiply 360. Okay, that is a measure of the circle. So here 45 divided by 100, 45% means 45 divided by 100 multiply 360. So which is equal to 0, 0 get cancelled. So for 45 multiply 36 and divided by 10. So here, students, that do here 45 multiply 36. So that will be, students, 1620. 1620 divided by 10. So that is equal to 162. Okay. So the central angle. So the central angle for the blood group O, that equal to 162. Okay, students. Here. So I write down here 162 degree. Then the next one, students, that the second one, central angle for blood group B, A. I start here, A. That is a 20%, which is equal to 20% multiply 360. That means 20 upon 100 multiply 360. So here, students, two zeros get cancelled. So 2 multiply 36, which is equal to 72 degree. So I write here 72. Okay, this way. Then the central angle for blood group, B. So which is equal to how many percentage? 30%. So 30% multiply 360. So 30%, that means, students, 30 upon 100, and that means 30, here 0, 0 get cancelled. So 3 multiply 36, and which is equal to 108. So here this angle made by 108 degree. Okay, and then for the central angle for the blood group AB. So I write down AB. So here that is a 5%, only 5%. So 5% multiply 360. So here 5 divided by 100 multiply 360. So here 0, 0 get cancelled. 5 multiply 360. So here I also write down 5 ones are 5, 5 2s are 10, 5 ones are 5 ones are 8. So here 18 degree. Okay, so here I write down 18 degree. This way we can find out with the help of this formula that we can measure out the, or we can calculate the central angle. Then the next one question, find the total number of persons if there are 600 persons of blood group. Yes, we have to find out the total number of persons. We have to find out the total number of persons. So here, students, I write down the total number of persons. Here, total number of persons. Okay, so now here, students, that the total number of persons are, students, here 100. So here that I write down that the as a formula way that 5 upon 100 multiply here 360. Okay, for the group B. Okay, for the group B. So now here students that the total number of persons that is equal to, okay students, we have to calculate 600% blood group B. So total number of persons. So here students that there is a mistake. Total number of persons. Total number of persons of blood group. Sorry, here and then here multiply total number of persons of blood group B. Okay students, so this way we can find out. Okay, yes, 1 minute students. Okay, total number of persons here students, persons of blood group B. Okay, and then here total number of persons. So here students that we have to write down that 600 is equal to 5 upon 100 multiply total number of persons. Okay, total number of persons. So now here I calculate here students in this part, that is 6 multiply 100 divided by 5, that means 5 ones are 5 2s are 10 0. So 6 multiply 20, that is a 120. That will be the total number of persons. That will be the total number of persons. Okay. Now here students that 600, sorry, yeah, students 600 here. Okay. So that means 600 multiplied. So 12,000. So total number of persons are 12,000. Okay. Such a way students that we can solve with the help of formula. We can calculate the angle of blood group here, okay, and as well as the total number of persons here. So this way students, such a way we can solve the March previous year board question paper March 2025. And students, it is beneficial for your coming example for the March 2026. Okay, best luck students. Practice these such examples yourself.